Welcome to Sipping Success, the ultimate podcast for all things beverage and alcohol. We are here to quench your thirst for insights, analysis, and a splash of entertainment. Get ready to dive into the world of beverages with us. From the latest trends to in-depth discussions with industry leaders, we've got it all covered. Whether you're a connoisseur or a curious sipper, Sipping Success is your go-to guide. Join us as we uncork knowledge, raise a glass to innovation, and help you elevate your brand to new heights. So grab your favorite drink, sit back, and let's sip success together. Tune in to Sipping Success and drink in the wisdom. Cheers. This podcast is brought to you by Mushroom Media, the go-to digital media agency for all things marketing. From crafting captivating campaigns to decoding social media sorcery, Mushroom Media is here to empower your brand and help you scale. So whether you're brewing, distilling, or concocting the next big thing, Mushroom Media has a solution for you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Sipping Success Podcast. I'm your host, Casey Haakinson. This week, we have Alex Ziegler. He is the founder and CEO of Zeki Wellness. They're located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And if you're not familiar, Zeki Teas are formulated with freshly crafted recipes. And Alex is going to get into that later on in our interview. And they combine a passion for health, innovation, and strive to promote wellness within our community. So, Alex, very nice to have you on. Thanks for spending some time with us here, and hope everything is fairly warm for you there in Milwaukee here.
Absolutely. We're getting warmer as the season continues.
That's right. That's good. That's good. And could you start us off? I know this is a really passionate venture for you that you started on your own, and you're coming from a different career. So can you give us your history, your background, and really ultimately what led to you founding Zeki?
Sure. So I started off in the food and beverage industry with my family. We run a spice company out of Richfield, Wisconsin called Craft Spice Blends.
Okay.
I got a lot of food and beverage industry knowledge there, and then transitioned my career into more marketing and got to learn the ins and outs of go-to-market strategies, and just accustomed to sales throughout, skills and experience. And a lot of it, coincided with running my own company and business. Just wanted to do that majority of my lifetime. And even when I was in college, I ended up going my own way with starting the wellness company.
Okay. Interesting. And so why don't we start people off with the website here? So Zeki Tea is located at zeketea.com. So the way you spell that is Z like zebra, E, K like kite, ITEA.com. So definitely check that out. And Alex, can you walk us through the recipes, those freshly crafted recipes, and walk us through kind of the different offerings that you have with the tea?
Sure. So we directly import all our ingredients into Milwaukee, and then we are partnered with our suppliers to convert those loose leaf botanicals into ready to drink teas. And
Okay.
each of our blends are specially curated to positively impact your health and well-being, that directly target, customer health.
Okay. And then, so I want to kind of dive into, why wellness, why tea? Is it something kind of a personal story of yours? What basically laid the foundation for essentially creating a wellness product?
Well, I started getting really heavily invested into health and wellness and taking care of myself a lot more after I went to the hospital, and I got prescribed some antibiotics, and they didn't really work as well as the herbal alternatives I started to research and get involved with. And just having that as a walking testimonial, I knew that botanicals helping me could help a lot of other people too. And then
Okay.
make it more accessible, fresh, and all natural too. And just giving that to people will definitely positively impact them in a lot of different ways.
And so right now, you can get the tea from the website. Are there any other places, whether they be online or in physical stores that
Sure. So we do directly online orders, and then we also have one retail location we just got into.
okay,
As of the company is new. As of 8 months ago, I started, and we just got into one in Milwaukee downtown, a place called Biz Starts. So it's for consumer packaged goods, just startup brands and companies that, come together and they specialty, house those brands and companies at that location. So we're looking to get into more definitely and open to different partnerships and collaborations as well
okay.
moving
And
forward.
I'm interested to know, and I think a lot of our audience, they tend to be like yourself, entrepreneurial, but in the food and beverage, hospitality, wellness space.
Mhm.
Um, so you said you had your family have a background in food and beverage. Can you kind of tell us more about that story and maybe any lessons learned you were able to bring to your company that maybe helped propel you a little bit faster?
Sure. So just seeing the idea of, the concepts and the planning and what it really takes to go all into your idea and make it a reality of just I've seen the steps along the way, and just seeing that made me think that's a perfect foundation and framework to obviously start with and go my own way, and
Uh-huh.
branching off from that, just knowing what is really possible and creating your own products that people enjoy.
Okay, that's great. And so you're 8 months, you're 8 months along. So tell us, are you 8 months from your founding, or are you 8 months like as far as like the product has been out and available for people to purchase for the last 8 months?
The overall concept and development of the brand Zeki Tea has been the 8 month process, and then just ongoing development and working on distribution has been, the priority focus currently within the company.
Okay. And can you share with us like anything within that short time period you've been in business, any changes that you've had to adapt to even, in that short amount of time?
Yeah, definitely had a few pivots, just with working alongside retailers and getting to know the game a little bit better, that there's a lot of factors that go into product development and shelf life in general, especially when they're consumer packaged goods, of just you want to have, maximum
Mm.
ability and accessibility for your products, and make sure they're really they check all the boxes that are required in the market.
And how long of a shelf life do you have right now with the product?
So currently, since they're freshly made, we do around 2 to 3 weeks, and then if they're refrigerated, we get about a month.
Okay.
We're actively looking for different ways that we can extend our shelf life, and that was another, adaptive pivot that we were open to, was converting to powders of like single serve packets that,
Mm.
can have a 2 year shelf life and still just add to water and you get the same health benefits from. So
Okay.
that's an
That's
active
interesting.
concept that we're looking to pursue.
Okay. Very interesting. It'll be interesting a year from now, kind of to see where you're at with that particular idea. And then are there, since you're doing a lot of direct to consumer right now, which is, we live in an era for direct to consumer with, the accessibility of e-commerce. Can you share with us like any particular tools you're using or anything that help your sales on your website, or, again, think within that direct to consumer realm?
Yeah, definitely social media as
Mhm.
top, user-friendly interface. We definitely interact and engage with different people interested in the brand and company, and that's sparked a lot of different opportunities, and especially LinkedIn, just connecting with people within the industry and, attending different events and expos that I've I've found through the media channels.
And so that's really interesting, LinkedIn, because I'll tell you personally, I've interviewed a lot of, you know, brands like yourself that anywhere from a year old to, decades old. I've never heard of LinkedIn being a source, a channel source for marketing. So that's really interesting. Do you feel like with LinkedIn you're hitting kind of your target market? Is it kind of a specific age group that LinkedIn provides you?
Right. As I improve like the brand awareness, people are tending to buy directly from me right now. So they look at my personal page, they look at, my story, the why behind the
Hmm.
brand. And that's
Hmm.
been important, especially with my generation, that people focus on just the reasons why you started, why you exist, where you want to go with the company. And, people look at that. And just having a company page on LinkedIn is a good digital presence just to add some flavor to your social profile.
Yeah, I agree with that. So that's really interesting. And can you talk to us about maybe like any obstacles you've overcome? So, you've talked to us about like different pivots you have to make within that 8 months or maybe longer. Was there any sort of big obstacle or challenge that you've had to overcome?
Definitely sourcing from just the best manufacturers you can and just researching and doing your due diligence with just the best products and rates you get. And that'll foundationally help you in the future and just maximizing your distribution channels and making sure your product is readily available, easily accessible for customers. And that's really critical to scaling moving forward.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, making sure your math is right. That's important. And then, can you speak to how you're measuring success right now?
Yeah, I think my biggest metric has just been customer feedback in general, of just what people are really looking for. Consumers are moving towards more sustainable practices and eco-friendly, initiatives. So that's something that I definitely have heard and have applied that to our packaging and business. And
Hmm.
just making sure that you take that feedback and take it with a grain of salt and apply it.
Hmm. And so, if there are customers out there, are they able to get back to you on all your different channels that you're available, like website, social media, etc.?
Yeah, mainly social media or just directly, email. They've reached out a lot in my email inbox, just asking if I do private label or I'm open
Uh,
to different collaborations, or just honestly, a lot of it has been branding opportunities of they want to hear about, the industry and what people are saying in general. So I'd definitely say customer feedback is a great metric to measure.
yeah, very good. And maybe let's kind of take a step back, go a little higher level here for a moment. Are there any sort of latest trends and developments you're keeping an eye on right now?
But like I said, with the sustainability practices,
Hmm.
just different groups you can become associated or a part of with, eco-friendly missions, and having more initiative behind your company and brand of you're saving a certain organization, or you want to get involved with, changing communities and really doubling down on that community focus.
Would you say, do you have a specific cause that you champion right now, or are you kind of leaving that open ended?
I think just the switch for healthier alternatives. I
Hmm.
think that's kind of the cause of like just seeing what is available on the market and what's actually in a lot of consumer goods, and just making that switch. And it's a stepping stone into making more healthy habitual choices.
Okay, great. And so, you mentioned this earlier, you're even getting messaging from your customer base about collaborations, even possible white label or private label, excuse me. Have you, in your short amount of time, have you developed any partnerships or collaborations yet that might have helped you?
Yeah, with my suppliers, Rishi Tea, I did develop a partnership of just the direct trade ingredients are top quality and top shelf ingredients. So we
Mhm.
pay a premium for those, and that's exactly what customers expect with our products, of just they can trust that it's a high quality blend.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And so you've been listening to the Sipping Success podcast. I'm your host, Casey Haakinson. We have been talking with Alex Ziegler. He's the founder, CEO of Zeki Wellness. And again, you can visit them online at zeketea.com. And you spell Zeki, Zeki, and then tea.com. So we're down to our last couple questions here for the episode. And again, want to thank you for joining us here. Let's start off with what advice would you maybe give? Say you had a friend that was interested and approached you on getting into, starting a consumer brand in wellness. What advice would you give that individual?
Yeah, definitely. I think brand awareness and marketing in today's age and just leveraging social media networks that
Mhm.
really double down on targeting your customers of like you need to know your target market because as soon as you put those products in front of their faces, they're more inclined and likely to purchase your product lines and just making sure you have communication methods and outlets with just different messaging and following up and reaching out with different email campaigns or promotions and just staying up to date with, current trends or just keeping up with the times and
Yeah,
consistently refining and improving your products and services based on, the market demand.
yeah. Refine and improve. That's an important phrase.
Definitely having a great marketing strategy to maximize your brand.
And you mentioned, we've mentioned the website and you've mentioned LinkedIn and some socials. So for our last question, it's really all about, kind of making sure everybody knows where to find you. So if anybody wants to connect with you, find you on social media, where can they go and look? Let's start off with that, and then I'll probably have a follow-up question after that.
Yeah, you can always connect or reach out to me directly with my email, alex@zeketea.com, or you can
Okay.
connect with me on LinkedIn or go to our website, zeketea.com.
ZekiTea.com. And then are you located, do you have like an Instagram presence or a Facebook presence yet?
Yep, it's at Zeki Tea on Instagram. So that's our social media link. And then
Okay. Okay, great. So
reach out there.
that's how you can connect with Alex on his various platforms and website and also email him. And so again, Alex, I want to thank you for joining us here for the episode. That kind of wraps it up for right now. You've been listening to Sipping Success, and Alex, again, I want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you next time on Sipping Success.
And that's a wrap on another insightful episode of Sipping Success, brought to you by Mushroom Media. We hope our discussions have left you thirsting for more knowledge in the world of beverages and alcohol. Stay connected with us on social media for updates. And remember, the journey to success is best enjoyed one sip at a time. Keep exploring trends, connecting with leaders, and scaling your brand. Until our glasses meet again, cheers to your continued success. And may your cups always runneth over with inspiration. We'll catch you in the next episode.